All right, back for part 3 here, the dreaded part 3. Yeah, you've had to sit through 2 videos already, but I'm hoping this will be short and sweet. The question is when is the moon waxing and when is it waning? And of course, the first question is, what does waxing mean? And it's got nothing to do with flowers, right? Well, basically, it means the moon is waxing if the percent of moon showing is getting bigger, right? More moon. Waning, less moon. So essentially, what they're asking is, when is the function increasing? The function is increasing. Well, on the, where's the, oh, my graphing calculator. Be nice to have a sketch here. I got a couple of models. I'm going to copy this so I can draw on it as soon as it's done drawing. It takes a little while to draw it, I guess. There's my 2 models. That was the regression model. And I'm going to copy this, take a screenshot, edit, paste. You should probably have a model you can draw on as well. Draw a little sketch. So when is the function increasing? Well, I can see from here to here, right? That's when the function's increasing. Well, what does that mean as far as what we know in math, from functions class? Well, that means the rate of change is positive, right? It's going up, the rate of change is positive. When is it waning? Well, after that. And of course, as a periodic function, it goes back between times when it's increasing to times when it's decreasing to times when it's increasing and decreasing and so on forever. But just for this model, we can see this was day 8 about, and we could use the calculator, but pretty sure 8 to 23 it was increasing. So t is in the interval 8 to 23. And then we could probably figure out it's decreasing from 23, well, the next 15 days to 38 or so. It's waning and so on, etc. This is a good question. Which day is the percent moon illuminated changing the quickest? So what we're after here is, when is the increase the most or the decrease the most? I'll notice not there, because even if I slide it a little bit this way, the tangent, the IROC, is going to be higher on this side. No, that's not the highest, because if I just slide it a little bit this way, it feels like I can get a tangent that's the highest. Right about there, right? Right about here, where it goes from a smile to a frown. Smile, frown. That's a special point there. And well, it looks like it's about halfway between its maximum and minimum. Halfway would be around day 8 plus 23 divided, around day 15 and a half, right? Around day 15 and a half. It looks like it's about day 15.5. It looks like it's this, we have the steepest tangent. And here's where we bleed into the IROC. The IROC at day 16. So IROC, remember, was f at x plus h minus f at x over h, where our x is 16, our h is whatever amount that we can possibly have patience enough, small enough to do, and smaller the better, but 0.01 is good. Now what's f? F at x is our model. That's that awful trig function, and we can choose which one we want here, which, you know, the regression model or the one that we came up with, this one. But what we'd have to do is we'd have to put in, you know, 16 point f at 16.01 and f at 16 over 0.01, and we'd have to put this in twice. And it's not really much fun, is it? Except for if we have a calculator. We have a great calculator like this one. Watch the magic here. Trace. Right now I'm on the plot. I'm going to jump up to the model that I want. See, that's the regression equation with all the decimals. We don't want that one. Let's do this one, okay? So at 16, it looks like the percent is about 55.226. So f at 16 is 55.226. I'm going to write down all those decimals. Why not? So f at 16 equals 55 decimal I've forgotten already. 2264, 2264, 23. 2264, 23. Why do I care about all these decimal places? Usually we just round off. It's because when I divide by this little tiny number, all the decimal places matter. And then, if I want to, I press trace. And again, I need to be on the right function. I'm on my function, our function that we came up with. And I'm going to put in 16.01. And it is, I'm going to copy that so I don't have to remember it. Yeah, I know you've got it. Well, good for you. Good for you. Edit, paste. Grab that, put her over there so I can remember. So that's f at 16.1. And now I can calculate this pretty easily, right? Because I don't have to, I didn't even have to type that into my calculator. I've got all the decimals I want. I'm going to erase that. That's actually kind of a mess. I have 55.330558 subtract 55.226423 all over 0.01. I jam that into a calculator, and I think that's around 11%. Around 11%. 0.11. So what does that mean? It means the percent illuminated is increasing by 11% per day. Right? Change in y over the change in x is increasing. How do I know it's increasing? Positive, right? Because this is positive, it's increasing by 11% per day. Nice, which is pretty impressive, by the way. When is this, by the way, as far as the moon? Right around a full moon, or not, it's not a full moon, a half moon. Right around a half moon, the moon is increasing in percent shown by 11% a day. That's why you barely ever see a half moon. A perfect half moon is actually quite rare. It's changing at 11% a day. It's rarely that we actually get to see it, where a full moon or a new moon, it feels like we see those all the time. Half moon, pretty rare. I want to show you one more thing, and I know you want to go. I know you want to end, but I want to show you one more thing. And that is a reminder, a way that I can get the tangent here without even using the IROC formula. Since I got a graphing calculator, why not use it? So I'm going to go second, draw, and then look at tangent. Tangent at 16, I'm going to press enter. Bam, there it is. There's the slope, 10.4. So I'm going to write that on there too. Edit, paste. Using second, what was it again? Second program, which is the draw menu. Program, draw, and then tangent. The IROC is 10.4% per day on day 16. And I should have said that up here on day 16 as well. All right, that's it. Actually, the next couple of days are a couple of work days. Tomorrow or next day, next class, after today in class, is going to be a little bit of an activity, something that you're going to be responsible for doing on your own, but we will talk about that tomorrow.